Welcome back, Valley friends. We're hanging out with Peter Pan today in the quest Shadow Tag. To unlock this quest, you will need to reach level 2 friendship with Peter Pan, and you'll need to have the following villagers in your valley: Minnie, Sally, the Beast, and Belle. Once you've met all the requirements, you can chat with Peter to get started. Peter's shadow has gone missing since leaving Skull Rock, and he could really use our help tracking it down. He heard Minnie yelling for help just before we came to chat with him, and he was going to go see if she was okay. Perhaps we should join him. It might be the work of his pesky shadow. We'll need to go find Minnie and chat with her. We ask Minnie if she saw Peter Pan's shadow. Minnie tells us she might have seen it. Earlier she was watching a scary movie with all the lights off when all of a sudden she saw something moving along the walls. Whatever it had been scared her so much she had to turn off her favorite movie. She was actually coming to find us, hoping we'd know what was going on or possibly help her get to the bottom of this. We'll need to head over to Minnie's house to continue our search for Peter's missing shadow. Once you've entered Minnie's house, you will need to interact with the light on her bedside table. This will then reveal the shadow. But before we can catch it, it disappears again. Minnie is glad we've managed to confirm it was Peter's shadow. She was scared it might be a ghost or some strange dark magic. With Peter's help, we come up with a plan to trap his shadow. First, we're going to need some really bright lights. These should freeze the shadow in place and we'll be able to catch it and sew it back onto Peter. Peter is going to track down the shadow's new hiding spot. Whilst he does that, we'll need to collect all the materials to make the bright lights. Peter also needs us to chat with Sally. She has another item we'll need to catch the shadow. After chatting with Peter, we can collect all the materials we'll need. First on the list is 15 pieces of glass. There are a few ways to get glass. You can either craft some by using sand found on Dazzle Beach, or you can purchase glass from Kristoff's stall when he has stock. And you can also find glass by putting out fires in the Forgotten Lands. Next, we'll need 6 iron ingots, which we can craft using iron. You can mine for iron in the Glade of Trust or Forest of Valor. Kristoff's stall also sells iron ingots. And for the final material, we will need 2 diamonds. You can mine for diamonds in the Forgotten Lands. Once we've collected all our materials, we can head to our nearest crafting station to craft the shadow spotlights. Then we'll need to chat with Sally about the item Peter had requested. Sally has created some shadow thread with Jack's help. She believes it should help us reattach the shadow to Peter. She also tells us that Peter is waiting for us in the Beast's castle. We'll need to meet him and Kristoff there. Once we're done chatting with Sally, we can head over to the Beast's castle. Once we enter, we find all of them waiting for us. You can now watch the interaction between Peter and the Beast, but this part is optional. You can skip it and just chat with Peter to give him the supplies. After chatting with Peter, we will need to interact with all the shiny spots on the red carpet to place 1 lantern in each spot. Once all the lanterns have been placed, Peter's shadow will be trapped. Kristoff will then sew the shadow back onto Peter's soles. You will need to watch the interaction between Kristoff and Peter. Once they're done with their interaction, you can chat with Peter to complete the quest Shadow Tag. As always, please leave us a like if you found this video useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I will see you next time as we continue our adventures with Peter Pan and all our other Valley friends.